Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right, just updated the volatility index there to the market sentiment. Make it a bit easier for us to work out, where that safe haven trade is, where the risk is, right? Higher volatility, which would be blue, weaker volatility or lower volatility, red. So that's not a bad thing, right? And it really shows us that what's going on in the market, right? A bit of a reversal here. Once again, the market's piled into the yen and a little bit into the Swiss. So the safe haven trade being unwound. But today we also have the BOJ coming out as well with, their meeting. No change expected. But you know what? You can get some shenanigans around what they come out with. But the price action here on the hourly charts is a little bit haphazard, right? We're seeing, with the Middle East conflict, like we saw with the tariffs, like just markets that are sort of volatile, but not really going anywhere, right? So don't fall in love with your positions. Short-term trading opportunities, I'd say, 4, 6, 8 hours probably tops, and focus on the key drivers, which today, as I said, really includes the yen and the yen crosses, right? Let me just get and the live trade signals. Well, we are seeing a lot of signals here across the board on the major currency pairs. But no real follow through at the moment, right? And it's because the unrest in the Middle East, we do have central banks coming up, and that's going to keep the market on hold, right? So the BOJ decision, no change of rates expected. We do have the ZEW numbers out of the Eurozone. Now these are highly respected numbers, especially the German ones. You might think the milk auctions in New Zealand is that's a bit weird to be there. New Zealand is the biggest dairy exporter in the world. So if there's a big change in the milk prices or the auctions, that's going to impact the Kiwi very closely. But in saying that, I'm not expecting anything, right? Retail sales, industrial production numbers out of the US might be a bit early in the week to really get things moving, but I guess it'll depend on what the BOJ comes out with. If there's any sort of crazy comments, you want to be having a close look at dollar yen as we go through the course of the day. Like to me, outside of that, I'd really like to set up a euro, right? It is tracking higher. Like we are seeing a nice sort of flow here. I know we sort of lost a little bit of upside momentum, but that's going to kick in today through that Asian session. And then we can come back and try and piece it together. So, you know what? There's only one thing that sort of bugs me with trying to get into a long euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi at the moment is we've got a bit of a risk off profile here on the equity markets, right? And it's distorting the sort of price action here on the major currency pairs. That's maybe something to keep you on the sidelines, maybe especially through the Asian session. Focus on the yen. Dollar yen is going up at the moment. Yen is getting sold off across the board. And with that BOJ decision, you want to be watching the Nikkei, right? After the BOJ, if the Nikkei goes up, dollar yen goes up. Nikkei goes down, dollar yen goes down. It's as simple as that, right? There's no more sort of details to really tell you. Just follow that path if you are looking for a quick fix. Outside of that, you know what? The oil trade is looking pretty good, obviously with the Middle East conflict, and that impacts the rest of the commodities. The commodities are looking really good as well. It's the currencies that are sort of up and down and don't have that continuity, right? Ideally, we're looking for the daily charts to kick into gear, but you know what? They're a long way from fitting the perfect sort of checklist for a trading opportunity. Right? So keep an eye on your daily charts. That's where the general trends are going. The hourly charts, it's a bit of a dogfight at the moment. So maybe sit back and watch. And let's start to see how don't forget we've got the Fed coming up after the BOJ and the Bank of England later in the week. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.